Rods from God, Project Thor, and the potential future of warfare. This actually dates back to the Vietnam War, where the US used something called lazy dog bombs. In a nutshell, they were basically solid steel pieces barely 2 inches big, with fins that were dropped out of planes during the Vietnam War. And these tiny things, as silly as they look, they can reach speeds of up to 500 miles an hour and can penetrate through as much as 9 inches worth of concrete from being dropped at a height of as little as 3,000 feet. No explosives, just tiny steel projectiles and gravity. And this is where Project Thor comes into place. Instead of dropping dozens of tiny little projectiles at several thousand feet up in the air, Project Thor was going to see telephone pole sized rods, so about 20 feet high, dropped from the height of thousands of miles up in space, where they could reach a velocity of 10 times the speed of sound. Rods from God, literally. And these things could penetrate hundreds of feet into the ground, potentially destroying underground sites and bunkers. But there's more. When these things hit the Earth, they would release an explosion force on par with a nuclear bomb that penetrates the ground, with no fallout. Because the trouble with using nuclear weapons is the radioactive fallout, especially to potentially friendly areas. Although it's worth remembering this is just a theory, it hasn't been produced yet. And when you bear in mind the costs of space travel and space flight, it's not likely to be a thing anytime soon. If, however, at some point in the future it does get produced, it has the potential to replace nuclear weapons as the next form of warfare. The official terminology is called kinetic bombardment, and when you think about it, considering there's no explosives included in this, it is fairly terrifying.